Hi all, welcome to another Dave Downie fly tying video brought to you by me, Dave Downie. It's been a wee while, I haven't done any videos because I've been busy with work, etc, etc. Wanted to do a couple of videos before I nick off. This one in particular, I'm going to be tying a little streamer pattern that going to Slovenia next week, end of August with my son, just to get a week away, do a bit of fishing and chill out. And in Slovenia a lot of these fish, they're big fish, so a lot of guys fish streamers. I don't fish streamers too much on the river, but I'm going to tie up some streamers for going over here. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you cut two streamers that they're very basic and very simple. So before I start, I like to thank Fario Fly. They sent me a pile of hooks to try out. I've not tried them yet, I only opened the packet. I will tie a couple of flies on it, but they're size 10 barbless wet fly hooks and a couple other different patterns, and they seem quite strong, they seem quite nice, and they've got that kind of point that I like, which is straight. I'm not really keen on this upturn points, so yeah, I'll tie a couple of flies on it. And thank you, I enjoyed it. I had a really good day out on the Lake of Menteith with Michael Lowe, and you know, he's the owner of Fario Flies, and I'm really happy. Had a great day, great bit of crack. He beat me right enough. I'm a bit slack just now, I'm a bit slow, but yeah, but it was a cracking day out. So I'll give them flies a try in some other videos, these hooks, sorry, but yeah, I'll tie one today on it. So for that I'm using the Fario, not for this particular one. I'm using a jig hook, right? So you can tie it on a jig hook and you can tie it on just normal hooks. So the first one I'm going to tie on a jig hook, I'm using a Fl.Orange thread. Semperfli actually call this Fl.Red, but it's actually more orange. I'm using some of my own beads, 3.8mm silver. You can tell I've not done a video for a while, I'm making a lot of mistakes here, so I'm trying to do my best. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to use some Semperfli silver wire for the rib. Obviously you can use any, your favourite preference, but I'm using the Semperfli stuff. I need some black Marabou. I'm also going to need some flash for the tail, and it's really up to yourself what you want to use. I'll tie one fly with the gold marble. You could use pearl in there, or I'll tie this one with a bit of gold. You can mix it, match it. I'm also going to use some of my CandyFloss dubbing, which is the black velvet and the orange. So I'm going to use that as well. So, and then for the other one, I'm going to use some Fritz. Now this is a 15mm black velvet, and that's the 6mm. So if you're tying on a smaller hook, you want to use the 6mm. If you're tying it on a bigger hook, use the 15. But I'm going to use the 6mm. Also, I'm going to use some 4mm Fl.Red. Now there is a kind of general theme here, is that these little streamers that I tend to use, and as I say, I don't use them a lot, but I do use them. They're tied with two main colours, black and some kind of orange or red involved, to make it look as if it's a sort of injured fish. So I'm just going to take the Marabou, catch it as I do with all the Marabou rather than cutting it, and just wet that down a wee bit because it's quite fluffy. Then we'll trim it. And as I say, I always keep it on the stalk, so if you've watched any of my previous videos you'll see that I keep the Marabou on the stalk until the last minute. So we'll just catch that in. Okay. And as I say, it couldn't be more simple. I need to tie quite a few of these up because the last time I was in Slovenia, some of the marble trout were huge, you know, and they wouldn't really eat anything except streamers, and they were in deep water. Now, I says I was going to do this one with gold, didn't I? Then I'm way into the gold marble. Right, so you don't want to overdo it with a flash, right? So I'm only having about 5 or 6 strands, and I'll catch it in, and I'll always leave it hanging off the end of the tail, so I can basically determine what length I want it at. Right, so we'll just keep going there. Then I'll lift it up and just clip it. Wet that, use that for later. Then I want a wee bit of silver wire, just for a rib. So I'll do that. I just snap it off rather than using my scissors. Don't want to blunt my scissors. I always sit the wire inside the slot on the bead, so it's out the way. Right. Then the last thing you want to do, it's up to yourself where you put the orange. I like it at the collar, so I'm going to dub on the black. Right, so that's the black velvet on. I might need a bit more because I want it to be quite hairy, if you know what I mean. So I'm always pulling it back as I'm dubbing it on. That helps make it a wee bit more hairy. Right, a bit more. I mean, it couldn't get any simpler, to be honest, to tie one of these. Very simple fly, but it does work. Right, and we'll just keep pulling it back. That's not bad. Quite like that, it's quite hairy. So we'll get the orange. It's up to yourself whether you just rub the black bit or you do the orange as well. I like to do the whole thing. So same with the orange, dub it on. Right. You can get it on as loose as you want or as tight as you want, but it's really a personal thing. And then taking that bit out there, I'm just going to, and that's 3 turns, 3-4 turns, and just tie it in. And then just give it a wiggle, it'll snap off. Then all I'm going to do is whip finish. Use my fingers because I forgot to pick up my whip finish tool and put it next to my kit for the video, and I don't want to jump out the screen. So pretty versatile, I can use both. Learned with my fingers, took me ages to learn how to do the whip finish with the tool, but once I got it, it's a lot easier. And on that note, if you have a look, I've got a video on how to use a whip finish tool on my channel. Now I've just got a wee brush, that's a wee stone foo one, right? Just to brush some of that out. And it's just to give it a bit more movement in the river when you're stripping it back. But yeah, that's it. It's just a basic little tadpole, and it'll catch fish. And it's a 3.8mm tungsten. You can tie it with bigger tungstens as well. I've got some 4.6mm ones here. I will tie some up because some of the pools in Slovenia are really deep. So, you know, I hope you enjoyed that little video. I will tie a few more. Keep checking in. I've now set up all my camera stuff again, and I've got it all set up the way I want it. So I'm going to do more videos. I promise this time, I really do. I keep saying I'm going to do it on a regular basis, but try to find the time. Working full time, try to do the materials, coming home from work. Sometimes you just want to sit down and chill out. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. It always helps. It helps me, it helps the channel get bigger. Try to hit 8,000 subscribers. I'm at 7,800 something now, so I'm not that far away. And I always appreciate you guys watching. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Check the links out as well, and have a good day. So tight lines, see you later. Bye.